All right, am I here? You guys all need to let me know. Am I actually live? I walked the dog up to the corner and back just to calm myself down because I was so frustrated. And I'm just not coping with frustration today at all. It's just weighing heavy on me. So I'll see. Oh, yay. Okay. Sometimes I just get so freaking frustrated that I just want to quit. Oh, well. I do not handle and cope with change well and at all. And new stuff, I don't handle it like I used to at all. So when they start playing with as my husband says, don't move her cheese. Don't move my cheese. My cheese is fine the way it is. So I'm so glad you guys hung out and waited for me to chill out. And I talked with my neighbor a few minutes and it gave my mind something else to focus on. Her daughter just had breast cancer surgery. So it made my insignificant problem seem very insignificant. So, whew. Hi, Donna. I hadn't seen you in a long time. How are you? Hi, Christy. Hi, Holly. Hi, Mindy. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Janet. Hi, Linda Marill. Hi, Sandra Miranda. You're new, too. I don't recognize your name, but welcome. So, anyway, I've made it here. I'm just going to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I do have to run out in just a few minutes to get Bernadette in. It's already getting dark, and she ate a whole bunch of grass over in the neighbor's yard. So I'm leaving her out there for 30 minutes to make sure the grass is either going to come up outside or stay down. So anyway. Oh my goodness. All right. This is mixed media paper. And what I did, it's out of the smaller sheet. It's the book that's about that big. And I've cut it down to card size fronts. So tonight, while I'm doing a dirty dozen, I'm going to create another card front like I've been doing in Beth and Lisa's. And I can't show you those cards because they've already been mailed out in the mail. So I've got enough here to do 2 cards. So I'll save this for the next. I think Beth goes live tomorrow night and I can do a card with her. So what I have here is half of one of those plastic cutting boards that you can get a 2-pack of at the Dollar General. My voice is about to go. I have to go get some water. And I just cut one of them in half and I use it for all sorts of things. But tonight I'm just going to tape this down. I'm going to stand up. And what I do, because I don't want this tape to tear this paper, I just lay it on my forearm like this. And then I'm just going to eyeball about 1/4 of an inch. And I learned last night to make sure the inside edge is all the way down on here. If you don't get it down tight, paint will leak under it. And so as we work through our prompts, I will do the prompts on my larger piece of, this is watercolor paper. I'm going to do my backgrounds for artist trading cards on the watercolor, and I'm going to do this as a card to give away. So I'll show you how I do 2 different backgrounds basically. And one will have like a final reveal and turn it into a card at the end. So just make sure it's covered up. This creates a really pretty crisp white border around your piece that makes it really pop. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. And thank you, Lisa, for pointing out the webcam at the top of that the screen. I've never had to do that before. Used to, it would just take my picture and we would go live. So now I just have to make sure I didn't even see that. I guess I was just so upset I couldn't see my nose despite my face, you know, that kind of thing. So let me talk about the artist trading cards. This, if I remember right, is 9 by 12. Hang on, I've got to turn the autofocus off because it'll really upset some folks' eyeballs. Let's turn the autofocus off so that it'll. Oh, it is off. Okay, it's just the lighting is acting weird. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn Facebook tab off. Yay, I'm happy too. So this will be chopped up into artist trading cards. I can't get it down any farther. Okay, there we go. What I'm going to do next week, there will not be a live. I do not believe there will be a live next week, simply because Scott and I are going to be traveling back and forth because I have to come back every 2 days to take care of the kitties. You know, they're good for an overnight, and then I like to be here. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be back up here. Plus Wednesday, I have a doctor's appointment, which I think she's going to tell me things I don't want to hear. So I'm not even going to think about that. But I'm going to start doing dirty dozens and do artist trading cards. And then as I make them, I will have 9 that I'm going to put in here. Like this is last week's card, and there's 9 of them. Beginning of August, this will be full, and I'll have 9 of these sheets that I would love to swap with anybody that, you know, would like to swap a whole sheet of artist trading cards. So it'll kind of like, it'll be like a pocket letter, but it'll just be dirty dozen artist trading cards, if that makes sense. So if anybody's interested in that, you just need to let me know and just start, you know, doing the dirty dozens and making ATCs and putting them aside. So that's the idea. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to just, you guys call out some prompts, and I'll write them down, and then we'll come up with a way. Maybe I'll cut them apart. I don't know. We'll see. So if you guys want to give me some prompts that you like to do, I will write them down. So we've got stickers. And Mary's here. Giovanna. Hi, Cheryl. I see a circles. Use household stamp. Susan, I'm not seeing anything. Is anybody else having a problem with buffering? Blue and gold. Stencils. I had a horrible time with buffering last night, and I had to completely reboot my computer. I found that my my router had dropped signal. Sprays. So make sure you guys are calling out ones that you would really, really like to do. Add paint. Mary, of course, said gold. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've only got 8. Let's do another 8. Fingerprints. Beth was laughing that she always ends up making bees when she does fingerprints. Dots. Copper. Sparkle. Magazine pics. Lines with a card. That's one of my favorites too. Doodle. Words. Add hearts. Texture from household items. My writing looks kind of shaky because I've got a lot of grit on my drop paper. Torn paper. Scrape paint. Mary likes that one for when it's not going well. She can scrape it out. Oh dear, Beth says she's working and lurking because her craft room's upside down. Did you get your what did you call them? I want to say hutch, but that's not what I know. I see napkins. Stamp. I can get stamp on here. All right, I'm going to get something. We're just going to chop these up, and when we get to 12, yeah, your cabinets. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the first prompt here in just a sec. And then while y'all get started on that, I'll run out and get Bernadette in. I don't like to leave her out after dark. She is just in a little in the yard kind of play yard thing that's held down with 4 metal things. And she's kind of like just trapped in a circle out there. But I did walk her to the end of the street and back just a little bit ago. So she's been to walk a couple times. She got upset when Scott went to work because she couldn't go bye-bye with Daddy. And she heard his car, man. She got really irate that she wasn't being added to the back seat. He doesn't let her get in his car. His car is like a treat that it was just such a nice car, and he just wants to keep it nice. And he will be tickled that I got on because I sent him a message that I was just ready to quit YouTube. All right, let me get a bowl or something. Hi, baby girl. I know, I left the doggy outside. I'll have to go get her here in just a minute. Let me get some cookies. Whoops. I know. Wardrobe. That's what you called it. I wish I had the little wardrobe that my Uncle George made me when I was a very little girl. It had a little bank of drawers and then a little area to hang clothes. and he made it and a little table and chairs, and I left all of that, on the farm when I moved away, and then other family members, got and used it, which is fine, and it's probably long been tossed in the trash. Thank you, Janet. I've not been feeling the best today, so, and I just got so easily frustrated because I'm not feeling well. Nothing physical. It's just a mental thing. It's all right. I'll be all right. Remember, I've got to do this on 2 pieces of things now. So Mary will have plenty of time to do her big piece, because I'm going to have a big, basically I'm working on 2. All right. All right. So if y'all don't like a prompt, y'all are the ones that picked them. So it's your own fault. All right. Beth, I have been asking for my baby pictures for 20 years, and they all claim they don't know what I'm talking about. It's a photo album that's like this wide and this tall, and 95% of it is baby pictures from me. They're my baby pictures of me, and they don't know where they are. They're not to be found. So I'm not driving to New York to try to look for them, because it's a big, huge mess, because my uncle, it's just a huge mess up there. So I just have to resolve that I'm never going to have my baby pictures. So there's no doubt I would never get the other back. Anyhow, here we go. First one, texture from household items. So whatever you feel that means to you, I think I'll just write the numbers on them, and then I don't have to remember if I've written it down. This will be number 1. And I'm going to get Bernadette, you guys. I don't want to leave her out there. I'll be right back. I'm going to have to get a flashlight. It's so dark where her pen is right now. She can't see you, Callie. All right, hang on. Hold on. Come here. You want a cookie? You want a cookie? All right, get in your bedroom. Get in your bedroom, and I'll give you a cookie. You want a piece of bacon cookie? Well, then get in there. Sit. Good girl. You want a piece of bacon? You want bacon? Yeah? Okay. You don't have very many of these left, girlfriend. Here you go. Uh-oh. Well, that's a spare cookie. Hang on. Here. There you go. I'll keep you busy for a minute. All right, how am I going to make texture with household items? Are y'all having, for anybody that got those Bray Reese paste things, a lot of these that I got on clearance have turned to like this rubberized stuff. So I've decided I need to use this up quickly because it's all turning, it's like hard rubber. This one's not bad. The gold that I had, it was all rubberized. So I'm just going to scrape some of this on here. And then I'm going to take this. This is a cookie press thing I got at Walmart. And I'm just going to press into it. All right. Mark, I made it. I made it. Lisa said, to the left, use the webcam. And I'm like, oh, couldn't see it for the nose on my face situation, I think. I think the last time I went to New York, I drove up by myself for my 25th high school reunion. That's a long drive to New York. It's about 10 hours from here, 10, 12 hours from our house where we live or have. I don't know if this is what y'all meant by using a household item for texture, but it's making texture. And then some. Thanks, babe. I got it. Lisa helped me. She said to choose the webcam at the top. So anybody that doesn't know, tool using Primate is Scott. So anyway, there we go. I've got mine. You guys let me know when you're ready. I'm going to dry some. It's kind of really tall right there, so I'm going to bop it down a little bit with my finger. Now, oh, hey, Rose. Oh, well, rest your eyes. We don't want you to hurt them worse. The plastic cutting boards, when you heat your stuff to dry it'll warp and get all crazy. But for 50 cents, well, basically a quarter worth of plastic, I'm not worried about it. I'm glad I thought to take a picture of the screen that I had so Lisa could point it out to me. All right, Holly is ready. Mary is ready. So I'll go ahead and pull the next prompt. That stuff really sticks to you when you get it on your skin. So here's the prompts you guys gave me. Judy's here. Hey, Judy. I missed you coming in. Mary Hill. All right. Set this back over there. This one says words. See, I'm going to have to be careful about the words unless I use. Yeah, this is going to be a card, and then this is going to be the artist trading cards that I will be putting together to swap. You're going to hold that one. I think I'm going to hold it too, because then I can put it on the artist trading cards. So if you guys want to hold words, you can. You can hold it to the end and add words at the very end. I always like to do that. But if I'm going to leave it up to you guys, the majority, you guys decide. Yes, you can save it for the end. I'm going to go ahead and pull another one. And if you want to use your words now and then hustle and do this one, you can. Or you can hold your words. A lot of us are going to hold. And I'll pull this one here. Copper. Three, copper. I think I actually bought copper paint because of Lisa. Well, I have worn penny, so I'm hoping that's close enough. Oh, I forgot I didn't deal with that yet. Oh, I meant to open Happy Mail. I'll have to do that. I'll do that at the end. I'll open the Happy Mail. I got Happy Mail. I had dealt with all my dirty stencils, but I forgot to deal with the paintbrushes and sponges. So, okay, for anybody that didn't see it, Susan said if you have gold, you can add a few drops of a dark orange or red to it, and you'll end up with copper. I'm just going to use my plastic cutting board as a paint thingamabobber. That's a good idea. Remember, this is just the base. A lot of this will get covered after 12 prompts. So I'm not real worried about it looking too horrible right now. It always goes through an ugly phase. Every single one of these has a phase that you're like, what on earth were we thinking when we did that prompt? You just have to keep going. Just keep going. I forgot how big a sheet I had over here. Whoopsie doodles. And I like a good base color, like something that covers up all of your white so that by the end it will hardly show anyway. Always revisit the same prompts and bring them back to the surface. Like if you bury it too deep in your project, you can always go back and add more copper at the end or add it after a prompt that you don't like. Right now I'm just trying to use this up. I think I'm going to take Cindy Utter's lead of having a canvas off to the side to wipe off on. I think that's a fabulous idea. It's all Cindy's idea as far as I'm concerned. That's where I'm getting it from. Cindy Utter showed this canvas that she uses as a wipe off, and she was having us guess what's in what we saw in her background. And I thought that was just so much fun. All right. Yeah. Or even just a piece of old ugly scrapbook paper. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of trouble with buffering last night myself until I plugged my Ethernet cord in. And then when Scott got home, I said, well, maybe I should just reboot my whole computer. So I did that. And then after that, I didn't have any problems. But I need to back up because I just remembered I had a ton of updates that I needed to update. And one of them was the, what's it called? I've forgotten the word now. The system that lets you play videos. Oh, come on. What is my brain thinking? I was going to say hot flash, but that's not it. Do you want to come in, buddy? Come on. Yeah. Go get you some supper. I found the sweetest little hawk feather in the front yard. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? This comes from, what did Scott call it? It's a chicken hawk. Can't remember the proper name for it. If Scott's still listening, what kind of hawk is this again? I just thought it was a sweet size. I have a red-tailed hawk feather that I got on the farm that is about 12 inches long. Yeah. What's it called? The thing that lets you play videos. Sometimes it'll say you're going to have to download this Flash player. That's what it was. The flash player needed update. So I fixed that, and then it all worked. I thought I saw a, Holly is ready. Yeah, and we have Linux, so there's a little shield at the top of the screen. If the little shield pops up, that means there's an update available. All right, Mary is ready, ready, ready. Susan, you crack me up, woman. All right, I've got plenty of ready, so I'm going to pull one. Oh, this one's a small one. So this will be number 4 because we're saving our words. Torn paper. And I've got, I'm going to have to get something to glue it down with. I've got a bag. I think I'm going to use some of my previous drop paper. I'll use these 3. I'll tear these up. They're not very pretty, but they could add interest, so. And I'll get some matte medium or something to glue them down. All right, let me get something. There's not much matte medium in this. I'd like to use it up. I'm going to heat the lid to get it off. Thanks, guys, for the thumbs up. You have no choice. You must update. Lisa says she made a little junk journal to play along with Joey DeFee in junk journaling. I saw her new video. I am trying so very hard to make sure I complete things before I start another one. I had folded 2 of the little journals that Tanya did week before last. I'll show you the one I got. And then while Tanya was working this week, I did this one. And I don't want to get it in the paint. But I got little tags made and decorated. But I left this actual sheet of scrapbook paper visible so that I could remember that it was one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. And then I just made tags, and I used a paper pad for the decorating, and I just covered the front. And before I put the paper down, I ran a ribbon around it so I have a closure. And there's one tag that comes out the side over here. So I'll show that better at the end when I don't have wet paint here. Yeah, it helped me. Let's see if we can use this up. Oh, I'm real watery. Let's see if that helps any. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. I need to get some of this moisture out of here. I had my brush in water, so it's got too much water in it. That's way too much matte medium for fixing that. I don't know if these are going to stick down or not. I will need to dry before I can go on to the next thing with this. Is Barb here? Hi, Carly. Hi, Barb. I didn't see you sneak in. You came in so quietly, I didn't hear you. Whoops. Whoops. This is that thick brown package wrapping paper. I think I should have at least 3 pieces on this card. What, Howard? You're letting all your air out over there. You need to go find Tippy for me. Tell him it's time to come home. He's just laying on the floor talking to me over there. Oh, Susan's got a cranberry story. Oh, that's so cute. She's taught him to snap, so he's mowing and he stops every once in a while and snaps his fingers. That's so cute. Greg was 2 years old and he could whistle, and I'd have him in the buggy, the cart, the shopping cart, and people would say, "Is that baby whistling?" And I'd say, "Yes, he whistles." He went to a punk rock show last night. He loves punk rock. Not too many people his age seem to, so I was glad he got out and about. He got some fun in. Although I was wondering how he was off on the middle of the week, but because he works nights too, but he'll figure it out. What, Howard? They can't hear you, buddy. You're going to have to come closer. A friend of mine had her child into the doctor last week. I think I mentioned this somewhere. I think it was in somebody's live. And the little guy's got double ear infection, but the doctor told her to keep an eye out for blisters later in the week, that he was having issues with foot and mouth disease. He'd had several cases that week. It's kind of scary. We're on prompt 4, Kathy, but everybody's keeping prompt 2 to the end because it was words. And I'm going to cut mine up into artist trading cards. And this card I'll give away tonight at the end. I'll make a card, make it into a card, and then I will mail it off to one of y'all. But we got to get through our 12 prompts. Hopefully we don't have any more that require gluing or something. This takes so much time to glue stuff down. But it does add some beautiful texture to your end results. And since this is going to be chopped all up into ATCs, let's see, we got just 3 pieces left to glue down, and then I'll be ready. Becky. Oh, I see. You were correcting where you're, you had a misspelling. I was like, what? Did I miss something? Is Cheryl trying to get my attention? And I'm just gluing down bits of my old drop paper. I like to rip my drop paper up and turn it into cards too. Make a background, and then you can add stuff on top. I ripped some of these smaller so that you could fill in some smaller spots. I'll be ready here in just a minute. Of course, I've got to do a bit of cat herding because he's getting insistent. Y'all can probably hear him now. He's up on Scott's desk over there going, now. Now, mother. Do you want to go out, Howie? He's probably thinking, duh. All right. And I still have matte medium in the bottom of this. Not much, but still. I like the value of a larger bottle, you know, the price per ounce or whatever. I do not like the fact that it's so hard to get to the bottom. So it's almost better for me to get the one that's half this size, the 8 fluid ounce, because it's so much easier to get it used up and use every bit of it. All right. Come on. Now. Okay. You call. There you are. I love you. Come on. Oh, goodness. Go find Tiffany for me. Tiffany! Oh, baby, I didn't put the fan back on you after I brought you in. You got your fan blowing on you? There you go. Oh, oh, well. Something else will come along that will hold all of this down, right? All right, let's see. Yeah, it's pretty nasty, Susan. And her little guy's only like 2, so I think he's 2. She's got a passel of kids. I think she's got 8 kids. Well, I think it's great being here too, Kathy, after having a meltdown. Oh. No, he was here earlier. He's just out. He's out playing. He'll be back. A tiny spatula. Ooh, like this. You think this is a silicone one I got at the Dollar Tree. I mainly got this to press down on things when I'm doing hot glue so I wouldn't burn the daylights out of myself. And then it just peels right off this silicone. I think that's got most all of them now. The rest of these look like they're sticking down pretty good. The texture underneath is making it pop up a little, but not too bad. Has anybody said ready, or am I the only one that's... Yeah, I've got one old gift card in my box of stuff. I think they're going to hold down pretty good. This is the only one that's... And I think it's because there was so much water in that brush. Oh, I am having so many problems with words tonight. It thinned out my matte medium. All right, Mary's ready and Holly is ready. Oh, that'll get to the bottom of that jar too, Janet. You are correct. Oh, your texture is wet? Yeah. All right, so this is prompt 5, circles. I think I will dry a little bit. 5 is circles, and then I'm just going to put a little paint out and dip a curler in it and dry it. I probably don't even need to dry it to do that, but I am. I think I'm going to use orange because our other colors that are available in our choices are going to be blue and gold. Blue and gold and gold is in twice if we get it. So I don't want to add gold now because we have 2 more opportunities that it's going to pop up. So I think I will use orange and a smaller curler. I'll have to see if I can get the smaller curler out. Oh, this will work too. The inside of a tape, that'll work good. Let me get some orange paint. Hey, bud. Hello? Hey. Yeah, I got on finally. Uh-oh. Did you step off a lift wrong again? Uh-oh. How'd you find that out? Yeah. Well, if it keeps bothering you, you should go have it looked at. You might have broke a small bone when you stepped wrong off that lift. Oh. Well, have to keep an eye on it. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah. Kind of sounds like food poisoning. I don't blame you. Uh-oh. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. All right. Sounds like a good plan. Uh-oh. Yeah. Love you too, buddy. Bye. Oh, you have food. What do you want? Woo. All right. Hey, Violet. Yeah, that was my son. He says his left foot is hurting him. That's the opposite foot he hurt stepping off the lift at work. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, that paintbrush is like right in the way. Here we go. It's looking pretty cool so far. Guys, just let me know when you're ready. Yeah, you can find blow dryers at thrift store. Always test them. Ask them if they have an outlet that you can plug it in and make sure it works. So we're on prompt 5. Mary's ready. Yeah, he was at punk rock show last night, and he said he got McDonald's and got sick at the club, and I don't know. Anything could happen when he's out and about. But he's 32, so I guess he's a big boy. There's my baby. Hi, baby. Let me feed him real quick, and then he'll settle right into bed. Won't you? A different kind this time. You didn't like that last time. No. You suffer. Howard doesn't eat wet food, so every time I put wet food out, because Tippy likes wet food, Howard looks down at that wet food like, ew, why are you eating that crap? It's hard to tell, but I told him if it keeps hurting, that he should probably go and have it checked. Because I mean, he could have a mild little fracture in there, but who knows? Okay, here's the next prompt. dots. You can splatter your dots. You can make dots with your finger. You, of course, don't do that because that's another prompt that y'all called out. So make dots. I have this stick right here. And I think I'm going to get some paint. Let's see. I might do yellow since we got blue and gold later. If it shows up. I'm just glad Greg got out of the house because he spends a lot of time alone playing video games, and I'm just glad he went out with friends and had a good time for a little while. It might look like I'm putting on an excessive amount, but if I want some to show up on each artist trading card, you know, I have to put quite a few on here. Uh-oh, that didn't make a nice yellow dot. Howard. Yes, Barb, I'm going to make a card out of that, and I'm going to give it away tonight. Aren't those little mini flow journals a lot of fun? I've been using things out of mine too. Hi, Rosa. All right, is everybody keeping count on the number of times I open and close the door for Howard? We get settled. I told Scott we should just put in a cat door out onto a screened porch, and then he can go in and out all he wants. Cheryl, actually, what I'm going to do with the ATCs now is we're going to do I like to do a Dirty Dozen ATC pocket letter type thing, but you don't have to put anything else in the sheets except for Dirty Dozen ATCs. And I've already started the pockets. I went to Walmart and I picked up another 10-pack. And so these are from the last, and I've got 9 of them, and I've got 9 sheets. I always keep 1 ATC for myself. So by August, we will have done enough Dirty Dozens to fill these sheets. And then what we'll do is we'll just swap a whole sheet, because if you use the larger envelope and just slide this in whole like this, it will it'll mail relatively inexpensive. Now, if you put it in a legal sized envelope and fold it in thirds, they might charge you extra for the thickness, because it's got to be under 1/4 of an inch thick to go through the machines. So I figured if we just slid it in those larger envelopes flat, you could mail it at a large envelope rate and it would be less expensive. So that's my plan for the Dirty Dozen ATCs for the next month and a half, and we'll see how it works out. We might just continue that for the rest of this year. Like each month, do a set. And then when you get ATCs, you can decide whether you want to keep them or you can swap them with other people. I don't mind. But it'll be 9 different ATCs in there. It was 74 cents for a pocket letter. That's good to know. All right, Mary is ready. It's still less than $1 to mail. So to be in the swap, it would be about $9, total mailing cost or less. All right, Judy and Mary are ready, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and pull another prompt. This will be prompt 7. And everybody that's holding your words till the end, don't forget about it. All right, so here's this. So this should prove interesting. All right, scrape paint is 7. So if you really hate yours, you can cover the whole thing with paint, or you can just get like the cards. I've got my small Bondo spreader right here. Oops. Here that I could scrape. I want to dry my dots because I want to keep the integrity of the dots. And then I think I'm going to get just some red, and I'm going to put a little dot of the red along and then just scrape it here and there. So I'm not going to use a lot of red, but just some. But you can use any color paint that you want to use. I'm going to grab some red. Yeah, Cheryl, that's what I was thinking is we could, instead of swapping every single week, if we just said we would swap each other, and I have enough here that I can swap with 9 people. So, and that way we'll have them. And if you wanted to move them And I always date mine. So if you wanted to move them in your binder by date, you could. See, I'm just kind of running my paint along. So there's just a little strip of paint and then using it. It's actually scraping some of my yellow dots, but I'm okay with that. Oh, and I can't forget the card needs some red on it too. Susan, I have a feeling you are correct. Uh-oh, I peeled something up, or it's coming off the thing. See, Tippy's eating and he's gone to bed in on his little bed. He's just like a little child. Uh-oh, I got it off the thing. Let me pick that up and get that paint. All right, and that's all I'm going to add to that. So some of the ATCs will have more red than others, but you can always add more later. That's why I'm keeping all my paint out in case I want to reuse some of the colors I've already added here. Yes, the ever versatile Bondo spreader. That is correct. But you can use an old gift card as well. I just love my Bondo spreader. I think Scott's lurking. Are you, honey, are you able to stay off your feet some tonight? He was up most of the night, you guys, last night with leg pain because he was on the concrete almost all night last night. All right, Mary is ready. Oh, Susan, that's so sweet. We had two orange cats. One had long hair and one had short hair. And the short hair, his name was Tesla. And if he was laying near us and he was asleep, Scott would say, "Tesla, are you sleeping?" And he would go, "Ah." It was so funny. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're able to get off your feet some. He's doing paperwork. Magazine pics. I'm not going to do this because mine are backgrounds. So if you guys want to do that, you can. But I'm going to give you an alternate because I don't want to do that one. Alternate for magazine pics is fingerprints. This is number 8 alternate. So I guess I'll do some fingerprints. And I'm going to use a different shade of something that I've already used, or this is going to be, woo. I think I'll just go a little shade lighter on the yellow. Doesn't really look like it's that much different. Oh, okay. Well, we still have Kathy, the reason I didn't use white right yet is we still have stencil is in there as an option. So I was thinking I'd save the white in case I would like to stencil. Because if I stencil with white, it'll knock down a whole bunch of this brightness. All right, I'm going to dry a little bit until I see a ready. Button cards. Ooh. Can't wait to see, Mary. I might have to wake up early to see it. Oh, Barb, did you get bonked? Okay, cool. Barb, a lot of people are having trouble with buffering and stuff. I had horrible time. I think it was last night, and then I know Tanya was having trouble on Sunday. Oh, you had to cover your pool. Oh, awesome. Yay, Mary's gonna play with the Dirty Dozen ATC sheets. That'll be great. Susan said, I feel so badly for you, Barb. Not, because Barb had to go cover the pool. My sister has an above ground pool, and she keeps teasing for me to come over and hang with her. Oh, she is doing her kiln firing on Sunday. And if I can figure out how to get a camera together to do it, I'll do a little video of her outdoor Roman kiln. By the time we get over there, though, we're planning to go in the evening. Simply because we'll be so busy working down there at the house, because Scott's going to be down there all week next week, and I'll be back and forth here. And so I told her we'd come to that. But if I can get a decent video, I'll do a video. I won't be able to show you what's going on in the kiln, because by the time we get there, she will have gotten it to temperature, and it will be at top temperature by then. So I'll be able to at least show you what it looks like, and maybe ask her some questions that y'all might like to know. So that might be something you'd like to put in the group of questions you'd like me to ask my sister about Roman kiln firing. She hand throws all of the Roman pieces. She uses red clay when she's doing the Roman pieces, and they are she makes oil lamps and plates, bowls, mugs, aquamanils, larger bowls, all kinds of stuff. And what she does is it's built into the ground, and she layers them up, and it's kind of a pyramid shape, and it's piled up and piled up, and then they just light a fire and get it going. And she has to mind it all day and get that fire up and up. And she has a temperature gauge she pokes into the side. Oh, and as she builds it up, she covers the kiln, is completely covered in clay. It's got fire brick at the base, but then it's built up with clay all the way up. So it's really interesting. They roast marshmallows over the top of the kiln when the flames are shooting out of the top of the kiln. So it's a lot of fun. The reason I'm doing the holder is because it'll be in a state where you can just slide it flat into a large envelope and the cards won't get damaged, is what I'm thinking. Okay. I guess I should get a piece of paper. Dirty Dozen ATC pocket page. I've got Mary and Sharon Lombard have said they definitely like to do it. And I have 9 of them I can swap. So if we only get 9 people sign up to do that, that'll take care of the 9. And then if somebody doesn't want to do all 9. I don't know if Robin's done that, Susan, but I'll ask her about it. I've got names on one side of people interested in the Dirty Dozen ATC pocket page on one side, and then I'm putting questions for my sister on the back. She tries to keep hers a period for Roman kiln firing for that era, because she's in the Society for Creative Anachronisms, the SCA, and so she sells period pieces to other people that play along in the SCA. Judy Umfleet. I bet I forgot somebody. Kendra? Oh, Cheryl? Susan, I'm sure that we would love your style. Kathy, we were kind of wanting it to do, I was kind of wanting it to be from the Dirty Dozen. But I guess they could be from Lisa or Beth's too, just so you fill it up. Okay, Judy, Kendra, Cheryl, Susan, and Christy. Oh, I missed Christy. Christy. Cheryl, I got you. Whoops. I don't think so. I haven't called it. I haven't called it yet. I'm writing down names of people that would like to do the pocket letter. It will be this sheet that I'm doing over here makes 10 artist trading cards. Mary, you're the first one on the list. Makes 10 ATCs, and that's why I was figuring we could swap with 9 people. Because I'm planning to do mine from the Dirty Dozens that I do. Because I keep one for myself, and then I will put one from each week into one of the sheets like this, because that's last week's, and then this week's will go here, and so on. The paper I'm using right here, I think, is 9 by 12. Yep, 12 by 9. And we figured out if you cut 2.5 and 2.5 and then cut a 3.5, that way you get 6 this way and 4 this way of the ATCs. So you do a strip that's 2.5, a strip that's 2.5, and then this last section you cut into 3.5 strip, and then the 3.5 strip you cut into 2.5 strips, and the 2.5 inch rows you cut in 3.5. That way you can get 10 out of a sheet. I'm going to pull 9 if you guys are ready. Oh, here's the next one. Add hearts. Oh boy. Okay. I don't want to glue another thing. Hearts is number 9. Add hearts. Wonder if I've got a rubber stamp that I could do that's a heart. I bet I do. And I'll just stamp. I've got the stays on the table. I think Scott and I have been battling colds too. That hasn't helped. Oh, that's all Halloween. That won't do. Let's see if I've got a heart in here. Could be like Mary and quickly carve one. Alternate, or she'll rebel. Okay, here's an alternate for Mary. Blue and gold. I might rebel with you and do the blue and gold instead of the hearts. Number 9, alternate, blue and gold. I think I'm going to do that instead. Blue and gold. I think I'm just going to scrape some more paint with palette knife. Just put a little bit of blue out here. I just love that sound. I'm going to move the card aside. Bring it back up here in a minute. Yes, Janice, I can add you. Janice, I would just need to get your address somehow. Are we friends on Facebook or? I've got your name down. I'll catch up with you somehow. And we have all the rest of July and the beginning of August to get our pocket letters done, because with Scott and I in and out, I'm going to miss next week. And we're going to try very hard to get our house on the market in the next couple months. But now this might look like a hot mess right now, but I assure you, once you chop it up, it changes it. All right, so that's the blue. Now I'm going to scrape some gold on. Well, it's each of those pocket letters holds 9 artist trading cards. So it depends on how many people you want to swap with. Each one will hold 9 cards. So if you participated each week along with me, you would end up with 9 sets of 9. But if you only want to swap with just me, just let me know that, and we can swap. You and I can swap, and then I just won't swap with the larger group on, or whatever. I'll figure it out, but I'll just make sure we swap. I guess you'd have to just let me know how many people you want to swap with, because like we were talking about earlier, if you put it in a pocket letter or those sheets, it costs less than $1 to mail those. Oh, can't forget the card. Is somebody bothered by my scraping? I think it sounds cool, but not everybody does. I got to get some of my card too. All right. I've got a mess going on, but it's going to be fine because it's going to be chopped up. And sometimes if I've done one and even after chopping it up, I don't care for it, there's always something you can do to pull it together. Sandra, hon, how far behind are you? We can wait a minute. Barb, you want me to add you? That'll give me 9 people to swap with. If you only want to swap with me, I need to know that so that everybody else isn't sending you pocket letters and you don't want to swap with them, because I've got my 9. I've got Mary, Sharon, Judy, Kendra, Cheryl, Susan, Christy, Janice, and Barb. Mary, I keep one of each of mine anyway. So, because this will make 10 ATCs, so I have 9 to swap with people. So if I want to, I can put all of the ones that I've been putting in my big binder together on one sheet. So I'll have a sheet. Does that make sense? I would prefer it was Dirty Dozen ones, but I'm not going to make that mandatory. Okay. All right. Well, Janet is really good about putting the prompts back up, so that, you can still see the prompts. 9 partners. Unless they don't want to, that's why I need to know how many people you want to swap with. And we can work that out. Because see, I have my big binder. I went and bought a bigger binder for the ATCs because I like this color, but I also needed the room. But this is what, if you start collecting ATCs, this is what you'll end up with, is a beautiful binder full of inspiration. So I'll just flip through real quick. But my little one, the black one I'm using to hold the ones that I'm doing for the swap, is what these all used to be in. And these are just so much fun to swap with other people. Because here's my B that I have in the other one. So I could actually move him to another sheet. So I have all the swap ones together. But I went ahead and I put this in here from Barb because I thought it was so cute. And then her ATC is underneath the trim. I just have to watch, because if the cats catch sight of this, I'll find them playing with this next thing I know. So Christy can do all 9. All righty. I'm going to put that number by your name, so I know that that's what you're going to do. And that way I'll just send you everybody's name. I know Mary would like people to contact her for her mailing address, and her email is in her description box on her videos. So if you watch Mary, that's where you can contact her. So Christy says she'll do 9. Sharon will do all 9. And Mary says she can do the 9. Okay, Judy, I got you 9. Got you, Mary. And I got Judy, and I got Sharon, and I got Christy for 9. Janice, you'll do the 9 too? 9. So it might be the 9 of us. Yeah. I think I got everybody. How about this on if you could just put a DD, if you're using a Dirty Dozen, put a DD on the back of your ATC so we'll know it came from a Dirty Dozen. Does that make sense? And maybe put an L for Lisa or a B for Beth. That way I'll know whose background you're using. That's the only thing I was thinking. Yes, a 9 by 12 sheet. You do 2 rows of 2.5. So cut a 2.5-inch strip, a 2.5-inch strip, and then here cut a 3.5-inch strip so that you'll get on that 3.5-inch strip, you can get 4 2.5s this way. And then on these 2.5-inch strips, you can get 6 total 3.5 by 2.5-inch cards here. I'll cut this up before we leave tonight to do a refresher. Because remember, oh, she's not here, is she? The young lady that finally clued me in on how to cut these up to get the most out of. DD for Dirty Dozen, an L for Lisa, and a B for Beth. Yeah, that works. Cheryl says 9 for her. So yeah, different groups is okay if you'll just put a little notation if it's from a Dirty Dozen or, yeah, Dirty Dozen is preferred, but others are fine. So Barb, are you okay with swapping with 9 gals and Susan and Kendra? They're the only ones I need to know. Oh, Kendra's 9. Bernadette, what are you trying to dig to the moon for? What's the matter? Why are you grumpy? What's the matter, honey? And Susan's good with the 9. Okay. All right, guys. You guys ready? Mary, are you still playing in blue and gold? The swap, I'm thinking about doing it each month for the rest of the year. So like July to August, we'll do this one. And then August to the beginning of September, we'll do another one. She better not have fleas, Susan. I pay a lot of money for Brevetco. Hi, Skylar. All right, this will be prompt. Oh, I've lost track. Prompt 10. We're almost done. This one says, oh, stickers. Number 10 is stickers. And I'm going to pull an alternate because I don't like to use stickers myself. Here we go. Alternate is doodle. Oh, boy. This is number 10. Alternate is doodle. And I'm going to put these in the description box after I sign off. All right. I've got to dry or this is going to be a complete disaster, but I'm going to doodle. Okay, when you get your together, we'll get you in the next one, Holly. How about that? Yeah, I'll do that. Do you want a file, or would you rather I did it as an event? If I add it as an event on the group, I need to get Janice on the group then. And I think everybody else is in group. But if I do it as an event, then we can do nine in a group. For the first group, we have 9 people. But if somebody else would like to join in, they could start a smaller group, if that makes sense. Yeah, they'll be in there. I'll do it as an event with mailing. I guess we'll look at mailing being late in August, like the 3rd week of August. That'll give us plenty of time to get 9 sets made. I'm trying to make myself take a mental note that I might need to add a little extra time with us trying to get the house ready. So I need to dry this real quick, and then I'm going to doodle some with something. I don't know what. I wish I had a black Posca pen, but I don't. A dirty dozen is basically just 12 prompts. And the reason I call it a dirty dozen is we end up getting dirty doing 12 prompts. Barb says, yeah, I got it, Barb. I think I'm going to get a Posca pen. We're almost done with this prompt session. We're getting there. We're on 10. We got just 2 more after this. So mailing would be mid-August. Trying to make sure I take notes for myself. I think I'm just going to pull a color I've already used, which is orange, and bring it back up to the top. Start with the card one first. That paint on the end is still a little wet, but let's see here. She thinks I'm talking to somebody that she can't see or smell. And she's getting put out with me because she thinks there's somebody here that should be paying attention to her because I'm talking to you guys, I think is what's going on. Because she's giving me the I'm perturbed sounds in her crate. Set the card aside and do these others. Uh-oh, everything's falling over. Craft a lunch. There we go. All right. Hi, Gloria. Do I need to pull the binder back out? I keep forgetting not everybody's heard all of the terms. Pocket letter is basically a trading card sheet full of 12, not 9, not 12, 9 ATCs, artist trading cards or baseball cards or things like that. And in a pocket letter, the center pocket is usually left to hold a small note or a letter from the person sending it. We're not going to bother with that or the goodies in the back of the pocket. We're just going to send just the artist trading cards to the partners. So they have a sheet all from one person that they can put in a binder. And it's fun to see the different ATCs that come out of each week. I'm just going to go around my circles and then I'll be ready to go on to the next prompt. Some of these I can barely see because they're buried again. Mary, that's Mary Del Abrams, Sharon Lombard, Judy Umfleet, Kendra Collins, Cheryl, that's little sister Cheryl, and I don't like to use the last names in the videos unless they're okay with it. So it's little sister Cheryl, Susan Gerald, Christy Wainscott, Janice Glynis, or it's Glines. She's in the chat. Janice is not in the group, but I can add her if she wants to be added into the Facebook group. I just need to connect with her on Facebook if she's on Facebook. If not, we'll have to figure out a way to get her address to those that are participating. And then Barb Filion, she's in the chat as well, and she's in the group. This is kind of sticky still down here on this end. Greg told me he forgot to get the trash out on Tuesday, so all of his trash from the last couple of weeks will be there. So when I start tearing into things to throw things away, the stinking trash can is going to be stinking and full. And I had reminded him to please go take it out Monday night. Oh, well. When he gets a place that's all of his own, he will learn these things that they just have to be done if you want the trash picked up or the yard debris to be picked up. It has to go out on a certain day. I think he's looking to just buy a small house down there so he doesn't have to move, which that's fine. He has to go his own direction. I'm doing these, and in my head I have, I'm so dizzy, my head is spinning like a whirlwind, it never ends. It's going round in circles. Whoops, that circle having issues. We might have to turn that air conditioner back down. It's getting hot in here. This pen does not like that gold at all. Is that all of them? I think it is. I think that's all of them. Clean the tip of that off. Susan, I'll add, I thought I added you to the group. Could have swore I did. Yeah, I'll have to send you an invite, but I had it set at 75. Judy, it's the same as it is here, but it's by, I have to send an invitation. But if you friend me on Facebook, it's easier. See, what we're going to do is each week we'll do a dirty dozen on like a 9x12 piece of paper. And when you cut this up, you get 10 artist trading cards. You'll keep one for yourself, and then you'll put one in each binder sheet. So I've got 9. Actually, I've got 10 in here, but 9 are what I'm working on. So last week I had 9. So in the first pocket on 9 of these sheets, I've put one of these. So there's one, there's one, there's one, and so on. And then this week, the next one, this one that we're working on now, will go here. And then the following week, I'm not going to be live on Wednesday. So the next week after that, what I might do is 2 Dirty Dozen sessions, so we can do 3 and 4 in the following week. And then the next week we'll do 1 there and 1 there and 1 there. And each week we get 9. So you'd put 1 in each pocket. Does that make sense? Cheryl says she needs a long ruler. All right. All right, I've got a ready from Holly. Is anybody else ready? All right, I'm going to grab one. So this is our, my things are getting all mixed up, but I've numbered them so I can figure them out. Here we go. Sparkle. This is 11, right? 11. Anybody need an alternate? Or are you okay with Sparkle? Sparkle is number 11. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my Sparkle Mod Podge and go over the whole thing. And hope 12 is something easy. This stuff, if you don't shake it, all the glitter stays in the bottom. Mary wants an alternate. She doesn't want a sparkle. Okay. So Mary's going to add paint. Number 11, alternate. Are you guys okay with that? We've got plenty to choose from if you want me to pull another one. Because basically we need just one more after this. So if you're okay with add paint, just let me know. That's right, Kathy. I'm Mary. Kathy says sparkle can be gold too. almost out of this sparkle Mod Podge. Pull another one for Mary. Okay. Second alternate for 11 is stamp. Now that can be rubber stamp, or it can mean stamp with paint with a household item. You know, it doesn't have to be just a stamp. And if none of those work, go rogue and do whatever you want, Mary. I'm trying to use up all this stuff I have. Oops, that's not going to work. This makes me think of a house painting I will be doing. Nice long strokes. I'm going to have to really work hard the days I'm down there to help him, because I've got to be back up here for doctor's appointments. And I've got the heating and air conditioning people coming for our yearly checkup and to see what's going on with the air conditioning unit. Greg said the storms that they had down that way last week, that's when he started noticing the air wasn't pushing as hard as it was. And I was like, well, it is due service, so we'll just get them to come out. I'm not making an emergency call. Do you know they charge you a small fortune to come out if it's not just a yearly check? And I said, if you can manage, it's blowing some, so you'll have some coolness. What did Mary do? Okay, that works. I don't think I need to add any more sparkle and shine, but I don't feel like walking back over there. Mary's on the verge of saying, empty that bowl till I find what I want to do. All right, I'm going to dry while I wait on everybody else to let me know they're ready. And then I'll pull the last one, and then we'll start chopping and doing. And I've got some Happy Mail too. What time is it? Oh my goodness, it's after 11, you guys. With me getting on here late, I don't know how much longer you guys want to. Oh, you're going to stamp Penelope on the back. That'll work. Let me dry this some more, and then I'll just pick the last prompt because it's getting so late. Scott will be here, and I've got the door. I need to fix that because the other night last time I was doing a hangout, and I had earphones on, and he'd been out here for like 10 minutes banging on the door, and I didn't hear him. There we go. So I unlatched the storm door now, and I just locked the big door, and he can get in with a key that way. That way I'm not sitting here. I'm going to go ahead and pull 12. Use household stamp. I can do that. I just got to get this dryer. Number 12. You know what I might do? I did this last night on Beth's, and I really liked how it took out. One of her prompts was deli paper or wax paper, and I didn't have deli paper, and I didn't want to glue down wax paper because it resists everything. So what I did is I just took the wax paper and I crumpled it up, just crumpled it and then put a little pile of paint out and dipped the crumply wax paper ball into that, and then I just went around. It looked so cool. I really liked it. We had add texture with a household item. I'll pull another one. Here's an alternate. Napkins. Napkins is an alternate. We've still got these. And then stencil can be an alternate for 12 if you want that. So you can do any of those. We've got a few left, but we might save those for next time. So napkins, stencils, or stamp with a, whatever it was. What did it say? Use a household item to stamp with. Or you can use napkins or stencils. And I'm going to use the wax paper wadded up, and I guess I'll pull one of the colors I've already used. It really gathered in the texture. And I've got a piece of wax paper right here. And I just went like this. And I kind of made a ball of it. Want some more wrinkles than that. Let's see. I just kind of balled it up, and then I just went poop, 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 and dipped it in the paper. So what color? I've got yellow, and I've got blue, red, and orange, and then I've got gold and copper. What, Mary? Yeah, go ahead, Mary. Everybody's saying, yeah, sure, Mary, go ahead. Who said no? Susan said, no, Mary, you cannot. Yes, she can, Janet said. Mary can do anything she wants to. I think I'm going to use the blue. Oh, orange, said Holly. Orange or blue? Orange or blue? Who's going to pick orange or blue? I need a tiebreaker. Orange or blue? I don't even use alternates. I just do what it says because it makes me strong, said Susan. Blue. Okay, we'll do blue. Let's see. I need to put this. I'm going to lose all my little pieces of paper. I'll have to see if I can find all of them from Janet there at the end. And I just put a little blob of paint down. And then I'm just going to lightly pick up some paint and blop it down. The only thing is you got to watch your fingers or you'll end up with glue everywhere. All right, now I can dry. Ooh, it's stuck down a little. Yeah, I use wax paper because I don't have the deli paper because I can never find it around here. The deli paper. So I just get wax paper. All right, I'm going to set the ATC sheet to the side. Look at that gold shimmer and the sparkles on there. All right, this is the magical fun of doing a separate little piece that you're going to turn into a card. And oh, you can see the copper when I move them? Yeah, it's shining too. When you pull this tape off, go slow so that you'll have time to break that edge with the paint. And if you had gone all the way out, you could use this paint as washi tape. Not paint, but tape as washi tape. I'm hoping I got a nice enough seal down on it this time that I didn't get seepage. Got some problems there. There we go. See, that would be almost cool for some washi tape there. I got a little bit of seepage there in the corner. You can see just that little bit. I might can pull it off with my pokey tool. And what looked like just a square of blobbiness becomes a card. And I got to add a word to it. The texture paste is what's creating a problem for me. But if you go slow, it'll pull free. If you go too fast, you're liable to pull some of it loose down into the painted area that you don't want, or you'll pull your paper apart. That's why I put the tape on my arm before I stuck this down. Okay. So now there we go. Now I'm going to mat this on a dark blue. Set that aside. I'll go get us a dark blue piece of paper. You can use black too, but I've used dark blue on it, so I want to continue the dark blue. I can make this card real quick. And I'm going to give it away. So if I remember right, I made this 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. So I need to cut my mat at 4 1/2 by 5 1/2. 4 4.5 by 5.5. What did I do with my cutter? Okay. And then I need to cut my card base. I'm going to do 5 3/4. And then I need double the other. Let's do 9.5. Use my mat as my gauge here. Yeah. And then I'll score this at 4 3/4. And I just leave it in the scoreboard and bring this side over so that both edges are up against the side, and then I smooth it down. That way your edges are even and you don't get wonky bottoms on the things. Hopefully I won't get a bunch of stuff on this. Okay. I've got my tape here. That's still a little damp. I'm going to go ahead and put the mat down onto the card. And I take the tape off all the way on the one in the middle, and then all of these that are on the outer edge, I just take and pull them loose just part way and fold them out so I can get a hold of them. The tape in the middle, and you can kind of hold that up by putting your fingers on the sides there, and then the little tabs stick out, and this gives you time to get it centered before you say, okay, that looks good, and plop it down in the wrong place. Because you know this tape, once it starts holding, it doesn't like you to pull it back up. My card's still even keeping it in there. Got a little wonky for some reason, but that's okay, I guess. All right, now I'm going to lay this over and gently put this on the back because I've got some areas that are still damp. There's Scott. Scott is home. Sounds like he's glad to be here.
I'm glad to be here.
And Callie came bursting into the room like, woohoo!
Like she snuck in or something.
Can you see the glitter? Oh, the camera doesn't like it. Scott says hi. Hi, Scott.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Sandra says she ended up with glitter on her iPad. Uh-oh. can't seem to get the tape started on this. What? What'd you find? You found your pen. Did you find your pen or?
Someone else found it.
Oh.
They said that I had dropped it.
Oh. He was certain someone had took his pen because he had to go to a call and he left his pen in his notebook.
I came back and it was gone.
He was not happy. He loves his zebra pens.
There's a specific pen I like.
We all have that, honey. Everybody has a certain thing, writing implement that they like. Okay, I'm going to give this card away. I'm going to write a number down, and you guys pick a number between 1 and 100 after I say go. And then let me write the number down on a piece of paper here. And I'm going to type in go, and everybody put in one number. And then when I put stop in, whoever's closest without going over will win this card. And I'm going to add a word to the front of it. So we got 30 people in here watching right now. That's awesome. Everybody is over. So if you scan back up through, you'll see how low you have to go. Are just 14 out of the 29? Playing? I'm going to give you to the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, stop. All right. Let me scan back up here and see who was closest without going over. All right, Joan Bell had 10 first. So she wins the card. Joan Bell. And Joan, if you will email me your mailing address, I will mail this to you tomorrow. Good night, Lisa.
Well, just go out.
Oh, I had Happy Mail I was going to share if anybody wants to hang around and see it. Oh, and I was going to cut those cards up too. I'm going to share the Happy Mail. I will add a word to the front of this, and then I will mail it to her as soon as I get her address. All right, I got two things. Kendra Collins and Journey. Was Journey in here? I don't remember seeing her tonight. But this was from Kendra. Wow, you sent me a couple. Cool. Look for miracles, never stop growing. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And the butterfly is on a clip. Oh, did you glue it down, Kendra? No, there he is. So I can stick him on the pocket after I put these in. Scatter sunshine and play hard. Oh, I like that one. Those are pretty. I'll put those in my binder. Just thought I would share two of my ATCs I've made from the Dirty Dozen. Hope you have an amazing day. Thank you, Kendra. Those are awesome. I'm going to keep the paper clip with the ATC, and I will put it in my new, bigger, better binder. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and move the B card to a sheet of its own. So as I make Dirty Dozen ATCs to swap, I'll have my full sheet right here. Like that. And then I can come back over here and I can put Kendra's. I'll put this one up here. I'm going to put this one just below it like I did on Barb's. And then I can put the butterfly on this pocket. Maybe. There we go. There we go. And then he won't stick out above and get damaged. I like that. That's cool. So thank you to Kendra if she's still in here. And I love my new binder. Hold lots of goodness. Now this is from Journey. She included some cool washi tape on the back. Oh, did Barb miss out because she's on big lag time? Yeah, we always have to make sure it says live and that you have live chat at the top of the chat screen. It says live chat, and then at the bottom of the viewing screen, the live red button is on, or you will have a horrible lag. Oh, wow. Look at the little bits. Look at, there's a pretty flower. Oh, you know what? This needs to be made into a, what's it called? Where you put the little bits together and staple it. I can't remember what that's called. Like I said, oh, happy blooms. And look, she zigzagged some fabric on here. That is pretty. And a pretty tag. And then a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's so cool. Look at that. And see, I could take this. Tippy's sleeping, bud. I could just sew these all together. Put that on there and this on there. Or glue them together or something. Or staple them and put them in a journal just like that. That's cool. A cluster. Yes. That is exactly what I meant to say. A cluster. So that was cool. Thank you, Journey. And I'll put these in here. I'm going to keep that little tag in here too. Let's see. I need to move some things so I can do like I did before. These two ATCs on the bottom of this page, whoop, whoop, right here, were made from Happy Mail from Janet. I'll put this in the pocket here. And I'll put Journey's tag above it in this pocket. Here we go. So that is cool. Thank you so much, ladies. Now I'm going to show you how to cut this up so you can get the 10 out of a 9 by 12. Because I figure if I show you visibly, a lot of us learn better that way. I know I do. If somebody will just show me once, I've got it. So here's our big ATC size shape. I pulled those out. I'm going to stamp something on this on the card for her. I need the cutter. So we're going to cut two 2.5 inch strips the long way. So you run your 9-inch 9-inch side is at the top of your cutter and line your 12-inch side up with 2.5. And we'll cut 2 of those. Line that up with 2.5. Now this last one, we're going to put at 3.5. Like so. So this little strip you'll have to use for another project. And then we'll just start cutting at 2.5. This is a 3.5 inch strip. You're going to cut at 2.5. So you end up with your 2.5 by 3.5 inch artist trading cards that'll fit in those pockets. And so you get 4 this way. So there's very little waste. I might have to clear coat these because they're a little sticky from the Mod Podge. This is not quite wide enough, but you could use it on a card or something. So this is the only waste you have out of a 9 by 12, but it's usable waste. So there's 4 artist trading cards already. Now these you're going to cut at 3.5 because we've already done the 2.5 inch cut. So if you do that one and that one and that one, so you have a little piece there. So that's 7. There's 8. 9. 10. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These are still a little wet, so I'm going to leave them laying out on the table for tonight. And I'm going to wait and finish her card in the morning. And I will put this in a painty envelope because I made all of these. These still need the backs clear coated, but I made all of these with the last time I was in a hangout. Somebody said you should turn those into envelopes. So these have, I'll probably use one of these. These still need the backs clear coated, but when you put the clear coat on your painty envelopes, it makes them more durable. And the labels peel off easier if somebody wants to reuse the painty papered envelope. So these are good to go. I might use one of these to if I get her address. I think they'll fit. If not, I'll make another envelope. It might not fit in there. It might be, no, it might be just a fit. But I'll get it in the mail as long as I get the address. So thanks, guys, for coming and hanging out with me. And we'll get together another time. And I've got those that want to participate in this here, ATC, Dirty Dozen ATC swap. Oh, I use this stuff. I use DecoArt Americana Dura Clear High Gloss. I went and got another bottle of this. But I use this on anything that's kind of sticky. Once this stuff dries, it's not sticky like Mod Podge. It's just real smooth and nice. It doesn't get sticky. These are sticky because of the Mod Podge and the metallic paint. This puts an end to that. But you have to let this dry completely before you layer it up or anything. So I would clear coat and leave these out either on a tray or on a, someplace flat where they can dry. All right. So thank you guys for being patient with me having a meltdown earlier and finally getting on. So thank you guys so much. And I will see you probably over at Beth's tomorrow night. Good night.